What's up, AfterBuzz TV? You are tuning into the AfterBuzz TV special for the Met Gala. Tonight, we're going to be talking all about last night's fashion saints, fashion sinners. We'll play a game of Would You Rather, and we're going to talk about the cutest couples of the evening. Stay tuned. You definitely don't want to miss it.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the AfterBuzz TV After Show special event special for the Met Gala. We are listening to Like a Prayer by Madonna, which is very fitting for last night's theme, which we will get all into tonight. I am your host, Dani Golub, and my co-host.
Hi guys, I'm Liza Rubin.
We are so excited to be talking all things Met Gala. Like, there's just so much to say about last night, I don't even know where to begin. I think we just have to start by breaking down some fashion, because Met, for all of you who don't know, let's just, kind of do a quick Google search of what that is, because I, for one, didn't know what it was, really. It is a fundraiser. Liza was actually there.
It is. I was. So I feel like a lot of people actually don't know what is behind the Met Ball. So it takes place at the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and it is a charity fundraiser. They reveal their spring exhibition. This year it was Heavenly Bodies. And having to deal with Catholicism and
the official theme title was Heavenly Bodies, Fashion, and the Catholic Imagination.
Mm-hmm. So tying together fashion and faith. And this year, it was actually their biggest exhibition yet. So I think there was over 180 pieces and 40 that were straight from the Vatican that have never left the Vatican until now. Celebrities are handpicked by the goddess of fashion, if you will,
goddess of Vogue,
Anna Wintour.
Yeah.
And designers will actually pair up with a certain celebrity or celebrities, and they will dress them. So it's crazy because Anna Wintour is involved with every single process of this.
Yeah, she not only is involved with curating the guest list, but she also is involved with approving every single dress and outfit and art piece that's a part of the entire red carpet and show.
What do you think that looks like? Do they just send Anna a text message? And
hey Anna, like this dress, girl.
These are the shoes. This is something for makeup.
Cardi B for sure did that.
Maybe a Pinterest board link for
a Snapchat.
What they're feeling.
So it's an official costume ball. It's an annual fundraising gala. It marks the opening of the costume, fashion exhibit. For me, because there is a theme, and not every year, we were talking about this, Comme des Garçons was last year, and apologize in advance for any spelling or pronunciation mishaps I have, because there's a lot of designer names I already know I'm not gonna be able to say, but last year's theme was a little bit more challenging to dress up for. This year, people really turned up with the theme, because dressing in that kind of gothic sort of religious garb is almost in style anyway. I felt like Madonna, who showed up in, we'll talk about her outfit and her performance and everything, but I feel like she would have worn this outfit whether this was the theme or not.
This
is her.
I think Anna Wintour called her before she announced the theme. Yeah. Was like, yo, this is a theme. I made it because
Here's
of you.
Madonna while we're talking about her. So she was wearing this black dress, and she had this headpiece on it and the big cross across the middle, and she performed Like a Prayer and a cover of Hallelujah on the stairs on the entrance up into the Met Gala, and the performance was actually a surprise for a lot of the guests that were there. But yeah, I actually loved this look. It was very Madonna.
Yes, it was actually Jean Paul Gaultier.
Yeah, and all of these are custom, handmade. I mean, you could tell when they're wearing them. The bodice of this one isn't as, you can't tell as much because it's all black, but on some of these that we'll talk about, it literally is made for their body. They must be sending measurements up until the day of.
Oh, some of these are actually sewn on in the fitting beforehand.
Yeah, it absolutely looks like it.
I mean, Madonna came onto the carpet and everyone was like, this is her night. This is literally Like a Prayer, a couple years later. So
yeah,
I feel like this is an outfit that Madonna will wear walking around her house.
Yeah, and I feel like she's for sure gonna wear this again somewhere. Yeah. Madonna would have worn this to the Grammys. She would have worn this to the Met Gala. She would wear. It didn't matter that this was the theme. This is what she was wearing.
Oh, she's gonna wear it to the movies next Tuesday.
Yeah, literally.
Come
on. Yeah, so let's talk about some of these people that were really dressed on theme. Let's start with Katy Perry, who was wearing the Versace gold with the big wings. I feel like this was photographed everywhere last night. It gave me Victoria's Secret Angel mixed with Sistine Chapel vibes. Katy Perry's been in a bit of a slump for me personally with her fashion and everything just in her career, but this brought me back to I love Katy Perry. This is what I was living for. I loved the gold chain dress. I wish her hair and makeup were different just because I miss her like long brown hair. But you know, I thought this was a win for her.
Yeah, I mean, this is actually the first time that I've liked her hair like this with an outfit.
Yeah.
So I thought it was very fitting, and she was so funny. She actually got down on her knees and was like posing.
I saw she was like on the
middle
stairs.
of the Met carpet.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. And we've actually seen Katy Perry do an angel before. She actually wore wings to the Grammys.
Oh, she did
A couple years back. So she is very familiar with that angelic
When's
look.
Victoria's Secret gonna hire her? Who knows? Yeah, she gave me like very serious cherub vibes.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like I think that's sort of how the blonde short hair worked.
Right.
In this case.
And seeing her enter actually was crazy because everyone comes in these like armored black vans, and she came up in, I think it was a vintage Rolls Royce. I might be wrong with the car make, but you could just see her wings.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how do you even fit those in a vehicle?
Yeah, they couldn't. It had to be a
convertible?
Yeah, a convertible.
We were talking about that because so many of these outfits, they then go inside, and the Met Gala or the Met Ball, whatever you want to call it, turns into like a cocktail hour and a dinner, and they get to look at all the exhibits and they get to do photos. But it's like some of these outfits, this one in particular, like aren't exactly like comfortable for hanging out and socializing or like sitting at a dinner table. The amount of like just random like hats and wings and like pieces of clothing that are just around is probably hilarious because you can't like walk around and socialize wearing that thing. It's like you wear it for the carpet and that's kind of
They
it.
must be detachable because I don't know how homegirl sits at dinner. Like
You can't sit at dinner in that. You could hardly walk. Like they're dragging on the floor.
she just stands eating up. Sorry.
Yeah, like she's
Or
just
he's
stood at
standing
the
up.
bar.
Yeah,
like very
exactly.
statuesque. Yeah, no, I mean I loved this look on Katy, but someone else who I have to talk about, Jennifer Lopez in a Balmain gown. This had like the big cross across the middle. Again, the crosses were very prominent last night. That was like a big thing. Hers was like sequins with the big blue cross in the middle. I loved this and thought she looked absolutely flawless. But I think it was a little safe because I've seen J-Lo take some crazy risks. You know, like she's known for like the iconic deep V dress, and that's like kind of what started Getty Images or like Google Images, whatever it was. So like I kind of sometimes expect more from her, but I don't have any complaints. It was at least on theme because some of the people that played it safe didn't even dress to theme. So I was here for this.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great. We see shorter hair on her here. Usually she comes in this
Long,
like big, long hair. She's really known for that. So I like the short crop. Yeah, I mean, I thought she looked great. But for me, the Met Gala is seeing people who really take to the theme and play it up and, you know, think out of the box and really go with it. So for this for me was boring.
Yeah, I hear you. Someone who was definitely not boring. Let's talk about Rihanna. Like, why don't we just talk about her now? Because we're going to talk about her for the whole time, so we may as well just have it on the table. She was a co-chair last night, too, which is a big deal. Her, Amal Clooney. Like, every year they pick a few of the biggies and let them be co-chairs with Anna Wintour, and I guess they get to help like plan and curate the list and do all the things that Anna does. Yes, Rihanna is all I have to say. She wore like the Pope outfit, and you know, she always shows up for she's been going for 10 years to the Met Gala, and she always shows up in an outfit that's memorable, but I like that she showed up as the Pope to like a religious night where she was the co-chair. Like she knew.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
She came to reign supreme, and
She
I
did.
love this. It's just so cool, and it's so Rihanna. I love the coat. And a lot of people don't know is that Anna actually picks who comes up in the lineup. All the celebrities stand in line, and they each have a time when they're supposed to be on the carpet.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know
So the co-chairs usually show up first.
Yeah, she was first, which I thought was interesting because Rihanna always shows up like last.
Right,
to the
but
Met.
she wasn't directly first after Anna and Amal. She kind of was later.
In the mix?
Like a couple
Interesting.
people showed up, and then she came after that. So it was interesting to me, but you know when there's an earthquake and you're on the beach and the water like kind of pulls back
Yeah.
and it's empty? Okay. It's a weird analogy, but anyways, that is exactly what the carpet looked like.
Oh,
Like
Rihanna.
the carpet cleared and then Rihanna entered. So it was just so cool and such a big moment for her. I mean, she always reigns every single carpet for the
I mean,
Met
you're
Gala.
seeing so many of the people that we're talking about right now in this video. This is amazing and giving me so much life. Oh my gosh. I feel like I need to have this video on a loop in my house.
Yeah,
for the
well,
next year.
so this is showing you the 3 rooms that the exhibit crossed over. So they usually have a Vogue photo booth of some sort, and so this year they actually shot in the exhibits.
That is so cool. Yeah, I've seen them in the past. They've done like those like cool like Giphy kind of things by really nice photographers. Yeah, that was amazing. I love. Wow, this is really cool. Well, we just saw her, so let's talk about her. Ariana Grande was there for her very first Met Gala. I love Ariana. She really can't do anything wrong by me. This was Vera Wang, and she's like having such a moment right now with her new single. And the dress has the Sistine Chapel printed on it, and she has a really long white ponytail with a big bow. This dress, like, she was on a lot of best dress lists. She was actually on Vogue's best dress list, which is a big deal for it being her first one ever. I think that when it comes to tanner and bronzer, which I've now created a new word, tanner and bronzer, Ariana Grande like has it all figured out. She knows how to do it right, compared to some other people who we'll talk about later that don't know how to do it right.
Some people who don't know how to do tanzer.
Yeah, who don't know how to tanzer should be marketed. Tanner and bronzer mix. Wow, that's the best idea I've ever had. Like, I'm copywriting that. Please do not steal. Patent pending. Anyway, love Ari. This was very her. It was like, you know, youthful still, which I think she like serves like the I'm still in my like young 20s vibes. I didn't feel like I was like looking at this like old lady, but you know, I liked it. I'm not gonna like dream about it tonight, but I really liked it.
Where was Mac?
Yeah, we're gonna get to that in our would you rather section, because you know what, like, where's Mac Miller? But at the same time, like, who needs Mac Miller? Look at her.
Yeah, I didn't even think of it.
Yeah,
honestly.
I think with certain ones, it's like, when you show up with your boyfriend, partner, husband, whatever, it like then becomes about you as a couple. When like Ari, this was her first Met Gala, she's like, I'm gonna go by myself.
Well,
who knows?
especially when you're paired with a designer, because then it's like who do you pose with, and you're in an awkward threesome.
Yeah,
and it does happen, and it works. But
I've seen pictures of like Beyonce, Jay-Z, and then like designer I don't recognize in the middle.
Yeah.
Speaking of Beyonce, she wasn't there last night, which was very notable, but Liza did make a...
She wasn't there, but when the carpet was clear, everyone was saying that she appeared as the Holy Spirit.
The Holy Ghost of Beyonce was there.
She was present.
She was present, but not present. Speaking of women who came all solo, but still rocked the carpet, I must talk about... Oh, here's our Beyonce moment. This is our Lady Gaga, Beyonce. Yeah, where was Lady Gaga? She always serves too, like with some really, you know, crazy stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, but this is really funny. These memes are just too much. I cannot. But we must talk about another stag woman of the evening, Kim Kardashian. No Kanye. We did see him last week on TMZ with a bit of a breakdown of sorts. Jury's still out on where he is and what's happening to him. But Kim was wearing Versace, and this was one of those dresses where I'm like, she must have been sewn into this, because like literally down to like the cup size and the waist size, and like no one else could ever wear that dress. But if I were to put it on, I'd be like, one arm like would be sticking out of one hole, like it wouldn't fit. Like this fits her body like a freaking glove. I loved the high pony. I like feel like I was looking at like some Kim Kardashian, Ariana Grande, like robot human that was perfect. I think Kim gets a lot of shit for like face tuning and editing and whatever. This is perfect on its own, and she did not edit that picture. So that's all I gotta say.
So this dress was custom
made. We're having some problems with talking. Don't mind us.
Some technical difficulties.
Was that the microphone?
So
definitely not me.
This dress was custom made by Versace, and it was actually based on an old Versace gown, I think from the 1970s or 1980s, but it had a really large cross down the middle, and it was also gold. So they kind of revamped it a little bit.
So cool.
And you know what? This was giving me old Kim K vibes.
Yeah.
Old Kim K. I loved it. Like, I miss the old Kim K, you know?
Yeah,
so,
literally.
I don't know. I was obsessed with it, especially her high ponytail.
Yeah, she looked amazing.
She looked stunning.
Like, the Kardashian, I feel like the Met Gala is like sort of like the Kardashians, like family reunion. Like everybody's there. Chris was there, and like Chris isn't always there. Like,
well, Chris was saying to us, to E, that the best part is her looking back from the top of the stairs and seeing her daughters, because she had no idea what they were wearing. So that's her favorite part, is looking back and seeing what they're wearing.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I feel like it's like, speaking of people who kind of played it safe, Kendall did play it safe with the white. But you know what? It's not just like her daughters. It's like her daughters and like all of their friends. Like Gigi and Bella and like all the girls.
All the cool girls.
It's like, imagine if like my mom like got to like look back and see all me and my friends in these like gorgeous gowns. I'd be like, usually it's like us like sitting on the couch eating hot Cheetos. So same thing, but
yeah, same
but different. Someone else, let's talk about a guy that really served some serious amazingness. Jared Leto, people were calling him the Gucci Jesus because
he is Jesus.
He kind of looks like Jesus, but he showed up in Gucci, and he showed up right. He was like with Lana Del Rey a lot. I think they're like, were they a couple or were they just a costume pairing?
They were just
both dressed by Gucci.
Exactly.
So a lot of times, I guess Gucci like designers will then like kind of all stand in groups with the people they design for because there's like a bit of a theme there.
They
but
didn't look bad together though.
no, I was kind of feeling it. But
Yeah.
anyway, he looked amazing. I was really feeling this. I love when men show up and like really get into theme because I feel like it's really easy for a guy to just like put on a white suit and like put a cross on and be like, yeah, I'm in theme or like whatever. This is really cool and unique and was it kind of out of the box. I liked it. And he's always one to dress up.
Jared gave us Jesus, and if that's what Jesus looks like, then it might convert.
Yeah, then take me to church.
Take me to church.
Yeah, it was really just I was here for it. Someone else, I have to talk about her because even though she like was a little on the boring town side, like she can't do no wrong by me right now. Hailee Steinfeld, yep, I think you already knew before I said it. She looks freaking awesome. She is wearing okay, I'm gonna mess this up. Prabal Gurung. Whatever that. So it's crazy that this is her 8th Met Gala. You forget because she's like what 21
in a row.
Yeah, like in a row because she's been invited since she was nominated for like an Oscar when she was 10 years old or whatever. 9 years old.
Same.
Which is crazy. Yeah, same. Like, duh. I go to the Met Gala like in my sleep. But anyway, Hailee like has become this gorgeous woman before our eyes, and this dress like. I do think the tiara was a bit of a cop-out, and I'm still, like, a little unclear on whether tiaras are religious, because, like, her, Mindy Kaling, like, Rita Ora, they wear these, like, tiaras, and I'm like, I love a good tiara, don't get me wrong, like, I would wear one right now if I could, but how is that biblical?
I think
Am
it's
I
just
missing
the
something?
religious symbolism. Like
A crown?
A crown, a lot of people had tears.
Okay, yeah, you know what, you're right. I didn't read the Bible before
this.
this. Whoops, should have read the Bible before this show. Anyway, really loved this dress on her. Like I said, without the tiara, like maybe this could have been worn to like the Grammys or the Oscars or whatever, but I don't even care because, wow, she looked awesome and her lip color was so nice. I just can't. I love her.
She looks good.
Yeah, I knew you'd have that reaction because it's just kind of like...
That's all I really have to say. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, obviously she looks good on every single carpet. It wasn't wow for me. You know what I mean? Like, at the Met Gala carpet, you have to bring it. Otherwise, you're going to get sadly forgotten. And I forgot about her until you
did?
pulled
Okay,
her
see,
up.
like, for me, I think it's just because, like, I love Hailee that, like, I didn't forget about it, which, yeah. I mean, yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit. But, we didn't even mention that Rihanna's gown was Margiela.
Yes.
So sorry about that. I will be continuing to screw up names for the rest of the show. Someone I must talk about who I know you feel similarly. Let's just keep them all together, even though I love her. Gigi Hadid. Yes, queen. She's wearing Versace. And you know what? I like that she interpreted the theme a little differently. She didn't wear a tiara, which jury again is still out. She didn't wear a cross. She didn't wear angel wings. She dressed up as like a stained glass window. And I was like feeling it because, okay, like church, stained glass, I see you. Gigi always looks perfect. She always looks pretty. Like, I just feel like this was classic Gigi glam.
But see, this is kind of what bothers me is like, sure, you look so pretty. Like, you can look pretty any other night of a red carpet. This is where you need to bring it. Listen, I love
Gigi's
Gigi.
not like in movies and stuff. Like she doesn't go like she goes to red carpets, but I feel
she
like
goes
not
to
that.
enough major red carpets. You know what I mean?
guess.
Like she frequents them. She has enough time to.
This is like
be
her big
pretty.
night. She's a supermodel.
I mean, obviously she's stunning. She looks like Bridget Bardot. I'm underwhelmed.
That hair and makeup is like perfect.
But I mean, she does collab with the designer, so I'm sure Donatella had something in mind with this dress. It just. Yeah.
My question though is like, how much say do you think big stars like this have in like what they get to wear? Do you think like Donatella goes to Gigi and like here are 3 ideas, like which one do you like best?
Yeah, I think they go back and forth.
Okay, because
really
it's like if Kim Kardashian shows up and like doesn't like what Versace has made for her, like that's kind of rude.
Well, yeah, but I don't think I think it's a thing where they get invited by the designer. And
designers have tables, by the way. Liza was explaining this to me on the way here.
The designers buy tables and then they invite Anna-approved celebrities to sit there, and then they obviously collaborate on the designs with them.
It's like as A-list of the A-list of the A-list that it gets, which there are some questionables we'll talk about, but like there are some questionables that were there and questionables that weren't there. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Certain people that have never been invited, like why was Ariana Grande only first invited this year? She's won Grammys and like is a huge singer. Like why was this her first one?
Listen, I don't know what's in Anna's head, but
yeah, I need to talk to Anna.
The girl knows something.
Could she call me?
That, they actually have a Netflix special that covers the Met Gala. I believe 3 years ago. It was the one with the Chinese looking China through the glass.
Oh, China through the looking glass.
yeah.
I did not know, but go
That
watch
is
the
something
Netflix
that you
special.
really must watch.
The audience should really go check that out because it's really, really neat and it follows every single step from meeting with the curator, meeting with
That
the
is so
stars,
cool.
and every single step and every.
I really should have watched that. like an hour ago. But thank you so much, Juliet. That is really insightful. You guys have to go check that out on Netflix, and I will be checking it out too, and I will follow up next time we do a show, and I will let you know everything I've learned.
Have some updates.
But I think that probably will give us some really good information for all the questions that I have that I don't know answers to.
But yeah, so I think that the designer and the celebrity have equal parts in creating the dress, because the designer is not going to create something and be like, here, wear this. It would probably look hideous. Like in Kim Kardashian's case, you can't create a dress and then expect it to fit her or expect her to like it, especially with someone that big.
Because they have like a theme. Right, I mean, and I feel like even the ones that were like super avant-garde and bizarro and weird, it's like, if I show up and you tell me I'm wearing this like giant headdress and I don't want to, like, there's got to be some conversation.
But it also has to fit their personality and their body.
Right. Speaking of headdresses, I have to just quickly mention Chrissy Teigen's tweets and Instagrams because she was not there, but she was so funny. She was like, I always want to wear headdresses, and no one ever lets me wear headdresses. The one year that they wear, everyone wears a headdress. I'm too pregnant to go. So
can I tell you, she was the one person that I wished was there. And I think she would have been obviously invited if she wasn't so pregnant.
She was like, probably was invited, but couldn't go. I mean, she didn't really specify, but she was posting pictures of herself with like really funny Met Gala tutorials with like her hair like in this like messy bun, just like all over her face. It was just really comical. Me. Yeah, literally. But you were actually there, so like it was more like me.
Okay, but I didn't have to look like anything like that.
So a personal favorite of mine that I feel like hasn't really been talked about like that much, but I just feel like I want to talk about it is Rita Ora wearing the sheer Prada. I love her, and she's so pretty, and like no one talks about her, and I don't know why, because like she's super famous and really popular, I know, in like the UK and Europe.
She's like so famous and popular.
She's so famous and popular, like similar to me. No, just kidding. She's great, and like I know she's on like a lot of songs, but I feel like here it's been like featuring Rita Ora, but like she's a real big celebrity elsewhere. But she wore this gown and she had this big headdress as well, and I like loved this look, but not as many people were chatting about her as many of the other celebrities. I don't know why.
Yeah, I was watching the feed, and as soon as I didn't even recognize her. Like, who is that?
So
she
pretty.
is stunning. And then we figured out it was Rita Ora, and she just took my breath away. I thought
she really
was
did.
Amazing.
And I feel like I've looked at all the best dressed lists and worst dressed lists, and like she just like kind of wasn't on either. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she wasn't like really talked about. So I feel like I just had to bring it up.
Very underrated because she looked
like a freaking queen. And like I mean like it definitely was on theme too, with all like the, you know, embellishments on the dress, and like I like that it was black, like is that not lace? It's like a black like chiffon or crinoline or something. Like it was really cool and really different. I really liked it. I love Rita Ora. She's pretty cool. Before we get into our next section, I have to tell you about Conversations with Maria Menounos.
Tell me.
She has a podcast, which I've actually been on a couple times, and it's a lot of fun. And she also talks about like everything when it comes to like learning and life. And we've talked about award shows and stuff in the past. We talk about fashion, obviously, too. Conversations with Maria features celebrity and influencer interviews, along with secrets and tips on how to be better in all aspects of your life. And she does health and wellness, career, relationship, finances, and more. Let her be the big sister that you've always wanted.
I mean, I've listened to your guys' podcast before.
Yeah, we learn a lot. I mean, not even she has like way better people than me too. Like there's some really good guests. My friend's dad, who's a rabbi who wrote a book, was actually on it. It's amazing. You have to listen to his episode. You can go to the iTunes store and subscribe to Conversations with Maria Menounos for free. Be sure to rate it and comment it. And let Maria know you were there. Let her know that we sent you there. Her favorite AfterBuzzers, Conversations with Maria Menounos, podcast it and check it out. And she's also on Sirius XM Radio if you have access to it. But let's get into some fun little section I like to call the Couples Corner, where we're going to talk about what everyone really wants to talk about from last night is which couples were there, starting with Amal and George Clooney. Again, like I mentioned, she was one of the co-chairs last night. So she was wearing a Richard Quinn, very business in the front, party in the back, like dramatic, you know, floral gown. I don't exactly understand how it was on theme, but I loved it.
Listen, it was a little mom, but in the right way. I loved it.
She is a mom.
I mean, she is a mom. Of course, she's a cool mom, but I loved it.
Definitely not a regular
And
mom.
so they entered together, and then George kind of stepped off to the side.
Like
and
in
let
this
her do
very
her thing.
ethereal moment.
Yeah, that almost looks like
the painting
when they're
of Adam
touching.
and God. Wow, was that on purpose?
I mean,
probably.
Maybe.
Nothing at the Met Gala is an accident, I'll tell you that much.
Anna planned that. Anna actually approved this photo before it
you know
happened.
what? Anna also, like, positioned them. No, Anna was, like, at this point, like, probably drinking in the corner. I don't think she, like, wanted... I think once she's there, she's probably like, I'm here. At that point, there's, like, it's almost like on your wedding. Like, there's nothing more you can do.
Yeah, it's true.
You know? It's like, you've done all the work.
Bride.
She really is. She's like, it's her bat mitzvah. Except this is definitely not a bat mitzvah because it was very
Opposite.
Catholic. Yeah, so George and Amal, like, mom and dad of the night, I sort of feel. Like, I feel like they were, like... if there was like a Jesus and Mary of the evening, it was them too. Not even based on what they were wearing, but just based on like their level of fame and how cool and amazing they are.
Yeah, there was actually no one on the carpet when they were doing pictures. Like they cleared it for them, like they did the other co-chairs.
You know what? That's so cool.
Yeah,
I love them.
This is a moment.
This was a moment for them. And you know what's so cool is like, I love when moments happen when like they've already happened. Like George and Amal has been going on for so long, and like I feel like they've had so many moments, but every time they come out, it's just like epic again and again.
But he's just such a gentleman because this was her night. He barely was kind of doing interviews. He did a couple.
And you know
but
what
he
I love?
really understood that, and he's just such a gentleman
She
about it.
is like such a woman of the people and like such a cool, inspiring, empowering person. And it's like George could go be with like some, you know, hot
Model.
whoever, but like not that there's anything wrong with models, but just like someone that doesn't like really bring that much to the table. But if he was, you know, waiting out for the right woman, like he found her.
Yeah.
Good for her
Yeah.
and good for him. Couples we again must talk about. Couple debuts were big last night. Lilly, Reinhardt, and Cole Sprouse, which like I was living for as a Riverdale diehard fan. This was everything for me. This is another dress. Her dress was H&M, and again, very like made for her body. Like no one else could have worn that, down to like her waist, and like everything about it was very like much for her. Her legs were incredible. Killer. This was like, everyone's kind of known that they've been dating. There have been like pictures of them on the beach, like sort of touching but not touching. This was their moment to come out.
Yeah, because they've been very private up
They
until
have been
this
private.
point.
But like my question is like, where's Archie and Veronica, and like where are the rest of the Riverdale
gang?
gang?
Where's
Archie King? Archie King.
They're at Pops.
Yeah, they're at, like if I was like Cami Mendes or Madeline Pesh or whoever, I'd be like pissed, but like happy for my friend, but also like, where's my invite? Anna Wintour.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
like what is it? Just because she's dating Cole?
Anna Wintour for sure causes breakups and
In friend groups.
and friend groups. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Like if you were invited and I wasn't, I'd be like, what the hell?
Why is she cooler than me? We're not friends anymore. But yeah, I don't know why the rest of the cast wasn't there.
Aside from it, whatever, I get it. It's a big show. Like it's like not even like he's the biggest. Like Cole, like Jughead is not even the main character. Like I can get that Lily is. So maybe Lily got the invite and she got a +1. Whatever. Cole's suit was really cool too, though. I loved the like long cut on him, and they like make a lovely couple. And I'm glad that they're official now.
They look like they go together.
They do. And like, you know what? It's cool that like a regular girl like Lily got to go on this big show and now is like a huge A-lister. Questionable A-lister in my opinion, because like some of the people that weren't there, I'm like, why is Lily Reinhardt there? But I support it, you know?
Yeah.
Another couple that debuted, Hailee Baldwin and Shawn Mendes, who were kind of like the couple I didn't know I needed. I feel like
Do you need them now?
Now I do. Yeah, because like I loved her pink hair. I liked the floral crown. I think this felt like celebrity prom a little bit. Like
It did look promy to me, and
maybe it's because they're both like 19 to 21 years old that like it felt like really
if this
young.
is your prom,
Yeah, like,
I don't
that's
ever need
cool.
to go to prom.
That's true.
In my life. I don't really know if I need Hailee Baldwin because then Shawn Mendes isn't free. and
free.
I have a problem with that.
Haley's wearing Tommy Hilfiger,
So-
by the way, this blue dress. Like, I love it. Again, really nice, but like she could have worn this exact outfit, in my opinion, including the floral crown, to another event.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't my favorite, and she kind of got a lot of, you know, negative comments on this just because I don't know, she looked like a 20-year-old going to prom, and I get that's how old she is, but at the same time,
To be honest, I like didn't even realize that they were coupling there. I thought they were just posing for pictures together because they were friends.
no, they were conscious coupling.
They were conscious coupling, yeah. See, I didn't even get that because this looks like a picture of like two cousins like awkwardly sitting next to each other. Like Lily and Cole were like looking at each other, smiling. Like, you know when like The Weeknd and Selena were like touching each other's faces?
Yeah,
I need some of that.
They weren't
They
as
felt awkward.
affectionate as
Are they a
I
real
would have
couple?
liked.
Jury's still out. Don't know. I guess we'll
Let
have to
us
wait
know what
and
you
see.
think.
Yeah, please let us know in the comments if you think that this is real, because I'm calling BS, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we got word that they were coming together.
Oh, you
don't
did?
know.
Interesting. Well, anyway, let's talk about a real couple because they are new parents, Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott. Kylie was wearing a black velvet Alexander Wang gown. Alexander Wang was there in a lot of pictures with her, and he showed up in like jeans and stuff. I'm confused by like the designers. Like, no.
He can.
He can, I know, but like I was a little confused by
Kanye
it.
showed up in jeans a couple years ago.
Yeah, okay, so mom and dad, here they are. She's wearing Dolce K, whatever, Kylie lip kit. She made sure that was known.
Okay.
So in case anyone was wondering.
The original.
The OG Kylie lip kits.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, good for them. This is her first red carpet debut since having Stormy a couple months ago.
And with Travis.
Because they haven't done a carpet together. They've been seen at like Houston Rockets games, but who gives? This is what I need. I'm here for it. I support them. Do I love either of their outfits? Not really. But, you know, I liked Kylie's like after party like look a little bit better. She had this like high ponytail and wore this marble dress that I feel like was like a little bit more avant-garde and risque and like kind of cool. This is like it felt very safe Kylie.
I saw a meme today with this picture that I thought was pretty funny. It said, when you have to be at the Vatican at 8 and back in the Matrix by 9.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
With all the leather
With all the
straps
black.
and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Let me take it back to Met 17. When Kylie came onto the carpet, her first Met Gala.
With the blonde hair?
And blonde hair.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it was her first. And she was stunning. Donatella was
I
her
love
date.
the full sequin.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
I remember that.
I think she peaked then. Not that I don't like this. I really actually do, especially after giving birth. It's kind of a new Kylie. It's
yeah,
the new
that's like
Kylie.
Kylie's here. This
Exactly.
is mom Kylie.
It is mom Kylie, but I don't
She's
know. I think
MILF
it looks so
Kylie.
cool. I honestly love them as a couple.
I do
they're so
too.
sweet.
Sweet.
And of course, I think the glasses really rounded it out. So you actually can't see through them. There's crystals.
They're crystals.
On the
That's what
front.
I was trying to figure out if it was like a weird camera flash or
No,
how did she
no.
walk around? You just have to peer over the edge.
I mean, does anyone when they wear sunglasses actually wear them on their eyes?
I do.
Okay,
I have
well, a
very
lot of people
sensitive
don't.
eyes.
From what I've noticed in LA.
They're so small.
And they're so small.
Ahead.
We were actually talking about that like these small glasses that are in trend. Like I think Kylie Jenner might be the only person that could
Trend
actually
report.
pull them off because like I don't get them. I will never get them. People who wear them, good for you, but like don't get it. Anyway.
Yeah, vote on Dani's story actually.
Yeah, I
There's
put a
picture
poll
of
on my
us.
story saying like, do you understand these glasses?
Yes.
Like that real talk.
Let us know.
Anyway, 2 Chainz proposed to his girlfriend. Yeah, on the Met Gala red carpet, like kind of got ushered off pretty quickly. In my opinion, it was a bit thirsty, you know, like for like press. Like, oh my God, look at me, I'm proposing to my girlfriend on TV, which is like cool, good for you. But like, I feel like it's like that kind of got lost in the, like no one's gonna care about that as much as they're gonna care about Kylie and Travis. I'm not gonna lie.
Agreed. Yeah, it's interesting because you have these people that try and be seen stealers. Last year you had Diddy do it while Cassie took pictures. He kind of laid back on the stairs and watched her. And you kind of have to question, like, is that moment for the girl or is that for you? Because everyone's talking about you.
Yeah, here he is proposing away. Who is she, by the way? I don't even know. I think I should have looked up who she is. You know what? Either
I'm not
way,
entirely sure.
2 Chainz is here to stay, and now he's getting married. Congratulations! And you know what?
Congrats.
I'm
Mazel.
Mazel tov for the Holy Spirit.
Let's just say, I think if I was proposed to like that, I'd say, please do it again.
Also, like, literally a million people are there taking pictures. Like, if I didn't get one good proposal picture out of that, I'd be so pissed. I'd be like, everyone text me these pictures you're
But
getting.
it happened so quick. He
Yeah.
got down on one knee, gave her the ring,
They
she
get
put it
ushered off
on,
the carpet?
they get ushered off.
Yeah, because like you said, there's like a bit of a choreography as to like when each celebrity's coming on and off that like doesn't feel like there's very much time for. Oh, there he is wearing a something jacket that I cannot read. Something. Yeah. Well, someone else I have to bring up who I don't think I have a photo of, but I really have to bring it up because I thought of this on the car right here. Elon Musk was there with a very scary woman named Grimes. And like, I know she's a singer and whatever, but like, what is going on? Like, he went from like Amber Heard to that.
Amber Heard was there and she looked stunning.
Duh. And he was with
Stunning.
someone who looked maybe she was dressing to theme, but I was told at work today that she always dresses like this. And like, I got a fright when I saw this. I was like, she looks like she walked straight out of Hot Topic, straight to the Met Gala. Like, I have had nightmares about people that look exactly like that.
Maybe that's Elon's
Maybe he's into
vibe.
that. Maybe Elon's into that, but he literally could get anyone he wants. Like, I want him to be like George Clooney and like wait out for like the queen of all queens. Like, I want him to date like the CEO of something. You know, maybe she is, and like I'm sure she's a really good performer. I've heard good things about her.
She's a really nice person.
She's so nice. So like it's not even like I thought she was worse dressed. I was just genuinely scared.
I didn't even know he was dating anyone else.
Well, this was their debut too.
Oh, great.
He also dressed like a
Couples
priest.
corner.
Love that. He's such a hunk. I cannot. But like
Maybe he'll wear that on his next space
she just, you know,
whatever.
maybe let's
Adventure.
put her on the first rocket to Mars.
Her lipstick was so smudged too. It looked like they just made out or
Oh,
something.
don't even tell me
Maybe
that.
Maybe they did.
I'm so
Listen,
upset.
Young love.
Not young. He's like a dad of like 7 children.
He's younger than George Clooney.
Okay, good. Then he has time to find them all.
Okay.
So,
Let's
you know,
leave it at that.
let's just think that this maybe is a phase for Elon. I love Elon, and you know what? If he loves her, then I love her too. But
Do you love her?
not really. Yeah, you know, I have a lot of questions. Is all I've got to say. I think it would be fun to play a little round of Would You Rather. Okay.
Ooh.
So this is going to involve some more of these photos and whatever. But I feel like these are conversations that people always have surrounding the Met and surrounding fashion. Would you rather see a risk like, for example, Cardi B, we can pull her up. This was definitely a risk of a gown and a headdress and everything, especially being pregnant. Or would you rather see someone play it safe, maybe like Kendall Jenner in like a beautiful white gown where like she's going to look perfect. Yeah, here's Cardi. Definitely a risk. High risk, high reward, or, low risk, maybe still high reward. What do you think?
Risk.
You say risk?
Risk. There's no question. Like, we see these people on red carpets all the time, especially since award season just ended. They have their time to be pretty and stunning and not take a risk. This is where we want to see it happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. So for me, I always say low risk on any red carpet besides Met Gala. Like, I love when people just show up and look pretty. But for Met Gala, I feel like if you don't show up and if you don't take a risk and if you don't show up into theme, it's like almost showing up to a costume party, not in costume. And I feel like it's just kind of weird.
Listen, if
I
someone
100%
if
agree.
someone wore this to the SAG Awards, I'd be like, what are you doing?
Right, that's what I mean. On other red carpets, I'm like, no, just look pretty and be yourself. Here is like, it'd be like if it was, Liza, you're invited to my Halloween party, and if you showed up just like in this outfit, I'd be like,
That would never happen.
exactly, because you love Halloween, just like you should love the Met Gala and you should wear your costume or just a theme. But like, I think it's like for the Oscars, or for the Grammys, if Cardi B showed up like this, which to be honest, she could have, I would have been like, this is too much for me. No, thank you. So
if it's someone like Beyonce who showed up like this to the Grammys, I'd be like, totally, Beyonce.
yeah,
do
see,
it.
even then, I'm like, I'm someone who always prefers low risk, but for the Met Gala in specific, I prefer high risk because I think it pays off more often than not. Like with Rihanna, like wearing like a bunch of circles last year, like I thought it was cool. If she wore that anywhere else, I'd be like, no. I know the dress was literally by Calm Digger songs. It was like a bunch of cool circles. Anyway, okay, here's another would you rather. Would you rather see someone come as a couple with their boyfriend, husband, partner, or would you rather see them come alone? Don't even, we'll get to her in a minute. For example, Ariana Grande, Kim Kardashian, Blake Lively, all women that have strong men beside them, but were not beside them last night. Or would you rather see the Kylie and Travis and the Hailee and Shawn and the, Gigi and Zayn of 2 years ago rather than Gigi alone this year? What would you rather?
I'm going to say couple.
Couple?
I'm going to say couple. Well, that's tough because someone I do just want to see come and be strong and fierce and wear whatever they have and, I don't know, just own it. But there's something just so endearing and sweet about seeing a couple interact on a carpet like this when they have so much attention.
Mm-hmm. Like Selena and The Weeknd last year were very cute.
Exactly. And like, for instance, Amal and George, who we just saw. And I like seeing if they will be on theme together.
Okay, yeah, I see that. That's cute. I like it.
I think singles, they shine so much better.
Yeah,
though.
see, that's sort of where I'm at. Like, I feel like, though I would have loved to have seen Mac Miller there with Ariana, and I would have loved to see Ryan Reynolds there with Blake Lively, I feel like I see them on red carpets together all the dang time, and I'm so excited to see, like, Ariana serve face alone, and, like, Kim Kardashian doesn't need no Kanye. Like, I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, the couple debuting I sort of get, but, like, the ones that are just kind of trite.
Fair. I mean, this is
like Blake Lively came alone, and like I was like, yes, girl.
I missed Ryan Reynolds.
Sure. I mean, I get it, but like she didn't need him. You know what I mean? And
No,
I feel like
I don't think any of them need each other. I think.
well,
obviously
I
they're
disagree.
amazing
Like
as
Lily and
singles.
Cole needed each other there last night. If Lily stood on the carpet alone, it would have been very strange, in my opinion. People would have been like, "Who's that?" I think is my opinion.
But then again, I mean, we obviously don't know who was actually invited or if they both were.
yeah,
but they were
so
invited
that's
for a
also
reason.
like we know that Sarah Jessica Parker always gets invited, and like she brings Andy Cohen as her +1. Certain people get +1, certain people don't. I don't know. Very complicated. Anna Wintour again, omniscient in this case.
Listen, I'm speaking for the people that love a good couples moment.
Yeah, I hear you. I just like think that like if Rihanna showed up with a boyfriend, they would have been like, who? Boyfriend who? You know? Anyway. Okay, do you prefer colors, like bright colors, like Nicki Minaj wore bright red, or do you prefer the neutrals, like the whites and the blacks and the nudes?
That's tough. I mean, I don't think I really look at the color. I think I
more
look
about
at
the piece as a
yeah.
whole. Yeah. I think for me last night in specific, I preferred the like neutral tones more, like the whites and the blacks and the golds, like more of like, but like in the past, you know, people have worn like, you know, Rihanna's bright yellow dress was iconic, but you know, just a thought. I think last night the neutral tones kind of served more and they worked well with the theme, but it's always different.
I'm all about texture, and I think this year was very texture heavy, and I think
It was
the best.
And you know what? Rihanna's texture on her I don't even want to call it a gown because these are just like pieces because they're pieces of art. Like her piece was very similar to Cardi B's, and like I feel like a lot of them, though they were made by different designers, had very similar ideas, and like sort of the theme was very apparent across the board. Would you rather see this is like not exactly like the couple thing, but there's a lot of like squad photos that happen. Like there was like Selena Gomez and Kylie picture. There was like are you here for that, or are you here just more for like the solo carpet pics?
Okay, so I'm a little bit biased on this because at work when we look for B-roll, it's so tough when they're all together and it's 5 of them at a time and you just want a single shot.
Yeah.
So on the production side of things, I'd rather them come separate. Please take this into account if you're watching. I'm gonna go with single. I mean, it's really nice to see the celebrity with the designer and maybe like a quick group shot, but
Yeah.
I like it single. I don't know. I like to admire each piece
Yeah.
separately.
I'm always here for like the weird like friendships that I didn't know I needed. Like the Selena and Kylie photo that happened last night. I was like, oh, cool.
Well, maybe it happened in the Met.
Yeah, like maybe. And then like here's another one. Like, do you want to see pictures from the carpet or do you want to see the inside? Because I know the carpet's like what's iconic, but I need to see what's happening inside.
Yeah, so
like I
cell
want to
phones
see so
are actually
bad.
banned.
Yeah.
Any type of photography, obviously.
But
the
people were
celebrities
doing it. Like
break
Hailee Steinfeld was like taking pictures.
Oh yeah,
and-
Kim Kardashian was all over Snapchat, which
Oh,
I loved.
Loved it.
Loved. I can always count on her for a good BTS.
Yeah. Like, what are they going to take Kim Kardashian's phone away?
No.
Yeah, right.
But they
So-
did get in trouble a couple of years. Was it 2 years back? I don't know. They started doing this thing where everyone just crowded into the bathroom and they started taking selfies, and they actually did get in trouble for that.
Oh, they did?
So
what do you know?
Not very many bathroom selfies this year. That
Yeah,
I've seen.
actually, you're right. I didn't see much of that, but I did see some videos and photos inside. Like, Hailee Steinfeld was freaking out because Rihanna was right behind her, like, talking on the microphone. She just was like,
Well, it's just great to see celebrities fangirling over other
oh,
celebrities.
yeah. Especially because, like, they're not only fangirling over, like, who they are, but just, like, their entire, like, presence of the evening. Because, again, Rihanna was, like, the Pope, and she was the queen of all queens. Let's talk about we've talked about a lot of looks that we've like really loved or liked, whatever. Let's talk about a little bit of misses, because again, with Met, there's high risk, and with high risk comes some failure, unfortunately. My personal least favorite was Lena Dunham's. She wore Stephen Webster jewelry and bag, but the dress was still unclear. I just think the hair and makeup was not for me. And in the past, Lena has done a lot of complaining about the Met Gala and goes on like Twitter rants and stuff about how much she hates it. I'm unsure why she still goes if she's that miserable, because she doesn't look
totally
happy.
see her. This outfit screams, I don't want to be
This
here.
outfit screams, I'm miserable. And so does her face, and so does everything. It's like, maybe, I think a lot of like beauty comes with confidence. If you haven't seen I Feel Pretty, please go see that in theaters. That's really good. And like so much of like feeling pretty and like exuding gorgeousness is just like being confident and rocking it. Like, do I think that like I don't know, do I think that Cardi B's dress was my favorite thing she's ever worn? No, but she owned it and she was confident and she looked like a queen, and so like yes, she was beautiful. Lena Dunham looks absolutely miserable here. She looks like she wants to go home and take a nap. Like, she hates this. So why is she there?
It's a little bit Queen Elizabeth for me.
Yeah.
Stepped out of the painting.
Like, maybe that's what she was going for, but she doesn't look happy. And like, I just like love seeing all these celebrities like look like they're beaming, gorgeous, happy selves, like heavenly bodies. They were all heavenly bodies. This looks like a miserable person.
Doesn't look very heavenly to me.
Yeah, it looks a little bit sad. Is she okay? I hope she's well.
The makeup looks like, like a
hope she's
kid who's
okay.
testing out makeup, steals her mother's makeup and
Yes.
tries things out. That's
Like,
literally what this
here,
looks like.
I put some responsibility on the makeup and hair artists for this. It's like,
Yeah,
you
but
let her
Lena
go like
essentially
this?
told them what she wanted.
Maybe they did this and she didn't realize it was going to photograph this way. Like, who knows if it looked like this in person? I don't know. Can't speak to that. I can speak to the fact that it was not my personal favorite. I've loved stuff that Lena's worn in the past. She is one to take risks. I don't like love everything she wears. I have liked some of her stuff she's worn. This is not one of them. Is all
It's
I've got to say.
Hey, Lena, what are you going for like makeup wise? Like 15th century
90-year-old
portrait.
woman. Yeah, not my favorite. Another one that we have to talk about who didn't get great press was Shailene Woodley in Ralph Lauren. I did not know this was Shailene Woodley
Yeah, neither did
until
I.
like my fourth round of looking at the picture. I kept scrolling through photo albums today and I was like, oh, who's this? And then I was like, scrolled past Shailene Woodley literally 3 times before I realized that it was Shailene Woodley because it was black hair. And I actually don't think the dress and boots were that terrible. I just think that the hair and makeup threw me off so much because I had no idea who it was.
Yeah.
Where's Reese Witherspoon? Does she get invited?
I'm sure.
Okay, sorry. I just thought of her
this
because
was
I thought of Big Little
one of her
Lies.
years.
Yeah, where is she?
Maybe she couldn't make it.
I must be honest, this is a bit scary. I get like Lord Farquaad vibes.
That's literally people were comparing her
Okay, yeah, that's what I get.
To the Lord
Farquaad from Shrek.
And the material looks so cheap too.
Yeah, it looks like armor almost. But
She's also like a very like beautiful, fit young woman. This does not show that off in any way, shape, or form.
okay, but this is what I'm saying about going back to taking a risk and going on theme. I don't know.
Is this on theme though? Like, what is she?
It's so boxy and
Yeah.
plasticky.
It doesn't look like it's tailored to her properly.
Not at all. Exactly. You see, look at her.
The crease
the
by her
crease on
arm.
her shoulders.
Yeah.
It seems baggy. It seems like.
Yeah.
Honestly, she got this like H&M or something.
I feel like it wasn't sewn onto her, and it should have
No.
been.
But maybe she was going for that.
Maybe, a few people like, even though like Mindy Kaling's dress like maybe wasn't tailored perfectly to her body, and I don't think it was my favorite of her looks, like I still think it was better than this, because this was shocking in the wrong kind of way for me. It just didn't do it. Yeah, I love Shailene. I'm very excited for Big Little Lies season 2, but I hope she's not wearing this at all in the show.
I don't think she will be.
Jane, please don't wear this. Yeah, I think that it gets a little frightening. Like, I think if she was like walking like around, like her friends wouldn't even recognize her in this outfit / hair and makeup. And last but not least, I want to keep it short when I talk about her, because like I don't know what she's going through personally, and I don't want to like bash her, but I need to talk about Selena Gomez, because
I think a lot of people were talking about Selena Gomez.
a lot of people are talking about her, and you know what? Like there have been like rumors and stuff that she's like going through a tough time and like whatever it was, but I'm gonna remove all of that and just objectively talk about the spray tan, hair, and makeup. Like, oh, here's her with Kylie. Kylie looking like a flawless, neutral, gorgeous queen. Selena's makeup and hair, like the spray tan was way too dark for her skin tone, and it was obvious. The Coach dress was actually beautiful, very ethereal, maybe not fitted to her body the way I wish it was. Like last year she showed up with The Weeknd, was a perfect, flawless doll. This year, like the hair was messy. I feel like she was going for like cherub kind of vibes, but here's another instance in which I feel the hair and makeup people are responsible for letting her like leave looking like this.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, well, sometimes it doesn't translate as
Maybe.
it would in real life to pictures.
It just looked dirty. It looked like day old hair and makeup to me. That's what it was. It was like, this is what I look like after going out and falling asleep and waking up the next morning. Like this, just like, I mean, again, the dress. Straight out of a tanning booth. And like Selena Gomez is known for literally being perfect and always looking flawless. And like maybe she didn't want to go. Who knows? She was there. So she showed up just like Lena Dunham did, but didn't look like she really wanted to be there.
Yeah.
And
maybe she didn't. Maybe
she didn't. That's what I mean. Like, I don't really want to get into it too much.
Even with Lena, maybe there was something, I don't know.
There's always things going on, and like I hate to like say anything negative about anyone, because again, like even on her worst day, Selena Gomez looks better than I ever will.
Oh, yeah.
So like,
and
good
she's
for
at
her.
The Met Gala, which
and she's at the Met Gala.
To, so.
There you go. But like, I just think that like some responsibility has to go towards the hair and makeup team for like, even if Selena was like, I want to do like a messy bun, whatever, like you have to like take a picture of her beforehand and see what it looks like, because obviously this didn't photograph well, even if she looked gorgeous in person. I think in pictures it was a little bit of a miss. I like her in like a cleaner look. Yeah, and like
a messy bun, you can have like a few pieces
Kylie has a
here.
messier bun, which is like
Yeah.
literally juxtaposed right
No,
next to
that's
each
true.
other. It's like Kylie had like a looser bun that was like messy in the back. Selena's was just like, it looked like there's a difference between like like messy and dirty. It was like a little dirty for me.
It just
Yeah,
needs
I
a
don't
little
know.
spray and a few pins.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened with the makeup and hair.
It was just off.
Session.
It was off, is all I've got to say. Not that that's any fault of Selena's, because she was not doing her own hair and makeup. So I'm not putting the blame on her. I'm putting the blame on whoever did that.
That's true. But I will say with Selena, we were talking earlier about because obviously she has her deal with Coach.
Yeah.
So we were talking about our celebrities, paid or,
Yeah.
usually they're not. If they have a huge endorsement deal like that, then,
Right.
Yeah,
she's obviously like going to get paid.
So that's why I'm like, I don't know, her dress wasn't anything special to me.
But I mean, yeah, because like Coach is Coach.
Last year, it kind of looked like her dress last year.
Yeah, there's not much variety they're doing for her, but maybe like that's, maybe, again, not her fault, Coach's fault.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's end with one last thing. I want to talk about who you like kind of got snubbed, like who you hope to see there next year, like who deserves an invite. Oh, here's one of Selena and Gigi, two beautiful women, young women in their fruitful 20s. Yeah, so who would you love to see there that wasn't there this year that like deserves that invite for next year? For me, I know you might disagree, but I would love to see Olivia Culpo there. I feel like she's a modelly, beautiful woman who like would serve face on this carpet, and like I think is just as famous, arguably, if not more, than like Lilly, Reinhardt, and Cole Sprouse. For me, I would like to see her there. Who would you
fair.
want to see? Is there someone that you felt like was missing? Oh, here's Olivia. I mean, gorgeous, like Queenie. She would for sure like rock that carpet, I feel like. Just because like I feel like so many models get invited and like she's just like made a bit of a name for herself in entertainment. She's still, I would say, like in the up and coming division, but yeah, I think she's cool.
Okay, I have a good one.
Who's your
Just thought of it. Kelsea Ballerini.
Love that.
I think
love that.
I don't know.
Where's
me
the
personally,
country? There's no
that's
country.
exactly what I'm saying. I think country hasn't been represented, especially with this
yeah.
theme, and country faith has a lot to do with country. So
True.
I don't know why they're getting snubbed.
I hear
Just
you. That is
my
a really good one.
personal
So next year we will be sending personal invitations via Anna Wintour to Olivia
We're gonna
Culpo
copy them
and Kelsea
and send them
Ballerini.
out.
This was a lot of fun. We got to talk a lot about all of our faves and who we want to see next time. And if you guys want to continue the conversation with either one of us, where can they find you on social media?
Thanks so much for tuning in. You can find me on Instagram at liza.rubin.
And you can find me everywhere at Dani Golub. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. We will see you next time.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.